come around the world on all the apps. This is Stories of the Week, 26th of July 2020. My name is Khalid Akhtar, and joining me this fine Sunday morning is Shabazz Ahmed and Aris Akhtar. Loads happening today. Let's start with Shabazz, and welcome back.
Thank you very much. How are we today? Beautiful morning again.
How was your holiday?
My holiday?
You had a week off? It was a holiday.
It wasn't quite a holiday. No, I had a wedding last week, and during the pandemic, of course, as we do.
Asian
as we do
mentality, obviously, yes.
So yeah, had a wedding last week, close family wedding, but had to attend to that, unfortunately. Did miss the show, but I didn't listen, unfortunately. I know you gave me a hard time about that, but apparently it was a really good show again, and hopefully again the same this week.
Inshallah. Is this the same wedding that I turned up to, and I got there before you did?
You did, yes, that's right. But I've got 2 young children to get ready. But Aris, how's your week?
Good, thank you. Good to have you back this week.
Thanks very much.
Did you listen last week? Did you listen back to the show?
Do you think you did?
I listened back to the show afterwards, but I didn't listen during because I was a little bit busy. But I heard
we'll let you off on that one then.
You did do a really good job. You stepped up to the plate. So
he from a child, he became a man.
Excellent.
Well, good to have it back. Hopefully we have a good show today.
So last week I set him a task because of Amitabh Bachchan and his whole family being in hospital because of COVID. I said to him, "Can you go and watch a film?"
Amitabh Bachchan film.
Amitabh Bachchan film.
Okay. So you've got a lot to choose from.
We had listeners texting last week and
giving their recommendations.
And the most voted one was Sholay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what did he do?
Did you watch Sholay?
Yeah.
Did you really?
I did. It was long, but yes, I did watch it.
Did you watch it in subtitles? Or?
Yeah, I watched it on subtitles on Amazon Prime.
And what did you think?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It was long.
Gabbar Singh.
Yeah, Gabbar Singh is funny though.
Thakur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good.
Amazing how you could fight with no arms, isn't it?
Yeah, unbelievable.
I know.
Unbelievable.
That was funny at the end.
Yeah.
You know what? Just by coincidence, it was on TV yesterday on one of the Asian channels.
Right.
I watched it from his arms being chopped off. I watched it from there. Also watched Amar Akbar Anthony.
Oh, what a film! Great film.
So
really
I
good.
watched a few films. That was only yesterday. I didn't even move out my living room yesterday.
I mean, we know how you like all your Indian films, Bollywood.
What do you mean I like my Bollywood films?
Well, my family and me watched it, and I think my mom and my family enjoyed it more than me because they remembered how they used to watch it. So
right, so if you liked Sholay, I want to give you my favourite Amitabh Bachchan film.
Go on,
You
then.
need to watch Naseeb. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's your task for next week, to watch
all right,
Naseeb.
I'll try watching Naseeb then.
Have you heard the song, the famous song from the film Naseeb?
No, I don't think so.
Cal's going to sing it for us in just a minute. So
Mere
there you
naseeb
go.
mein tu
Have you ever heard
hai.
that song?
No.
No.
Right, well, you can do a duet with Cal next week. then.
I'm sure there's a better song out there. It's just skipped my head at the moment.
No, that was the one. That was the one I was talking
Is that the
about,
one?
yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh.
Okay, shall we start the show?
Let's go.
It is 26th July. These are all the stories from last Sunday up to now. Please consider dropping the term Islamic terror or jihadi because it don't help community relations.
Well, isn't it about time?
About time. Every time there's a mass murderer, terrorist, always I think in my head, please Alamia, don't let it be an Asian name. Don't let it be an Asian name.
Yeah.
And you know what? Alamia doesn't listen to me.
Well, the word doesn't even make sense because what does Islam mean? You know what Islam means? Peace. Right?
Peace.
Yeah.
So how can you have an Islamic terrorist? Because that means peaceful terrorist. It just doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
So I think there's some education needed. But no, great news.
Yes, our alternatives suggested include faith-claimed terrorism.
That's better.
Terrorists abusing religious motivations, and it's or Osama bin Laden's ideology.
I think it's much needed. It's about time because I think using the word Islam and terror together they just need to be as far apart as possible.
Miles away.
Miles apart. Yeah.
Shall we launch a competition before we carry on?
Yes, well, the competition is there's Islamic questions and English questions. All you have to do is phone in, tell me a number between 1 and 30, and then I'll tell you the question for that number. And if you do get the question right, I'll put your name down for the draw. And if you win, you get the ultimate prize, the Indus hamper.
The ultimate Indus hamper.
Yes.
And I've been not promised, but the station manager is chasing up the prize. So
Okay.
hopefully, inshallah, next week we will have it displayed in the centre of the table.
What is that to entice people to enter the competition?
Obviously,
Yeah.
obviously,
Okay.
you're gonna, the bigger it is, the more people. I mean,
Right.
this competition's been running since we first started,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
there's loads of people who are already in the
We've
competition.
got,
Yeah.
we've got about 10 people who've got it.
More than that,
Oh,
yeah.
right. Okay. Good.
Yeah, so it's going well, but we want it to go even better.
So put us out of our misery, Carl. When are we doing this draw? When are we doing this? This.
When I feel it, when I feel there's
Yeah.
a
When
lot
you
of
feel it's
people.
the right time.
Yeah, when it's the right time, I will.
But what if you don't get that feeling for another year?
Then my listeners will. The good job will be that people are still listening to us.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
So
They'll listen until they get the prize.
shall we do what we done last week? If
Yeah.
they text in the answer, their name gets into the draw once. But if they phone in, their name goes into the draw twice.
Yes.
So we're encouraging people to call. So do you want to give that number, Aris?
The number to call is 01902 972 150, and the number to text is 07440 420 432.
And the competition question this week.
The competition question this week is, what is the name of the Holy Prophet's father?
Wow.
So what is the name of the Holy Prophet's father?
Shabazz, you know it?
It's a tough question.
I know it.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah. He's giving me a quick wink. I don't know why.
I'm trying to look
Do you
over.
fancy me?
I'm trying to look over to Aris's sheet there to get the answer. Yeah, but that number again, please do get in touch. It's 07440 420 432. You don't even have to remember the number. Just store it in your phone.
Yeah,
Store
or
it as
if you're watching on Facebook Live or
It will come
YouTube
up on the
Live,
screen.
there's a scroll at the bottom and just comes up automatically.
there you go.
As I'm speaking, it's saying 07440 420 432.
Right.
Easy peasy.
Okay, let's see who the first caller is in, yeah?
First caller
Yeah.
will make them really famous.
Yeah,
eh?
we'll,
do
we'll
that.
give you a big shout out if you call in first.
So 10 emergency Nightingale courts are set up to help justice systems tackle backlog of cases built up during coronavirus lockdown. So magistrates' courts in England and Wales are facing a backlog of 480,000 cases. Almost half of all the courts were closed in March to minimise social interaction. The courts will hear non-custodial crime cases, tribunals and civil matters. So pretend or imaginary courts like Nightingale, like the hospital. They
Yeah.
built all these hospitals and they never used them.
It's well, they used them to a certain extent, but not to what they thought, which is a positive thing though, because it's best to be safe than sorry. Imagine
Yeah.
if they didn't build them and we would have had, mass.
A massive pandemic.
Yeah. So yeah,
So yeah, they're doing courts the same style. What do you reckon?
I think it's a good idea. I think, well, to be fair, whatever Boris does these days, we just got to kind of go along with it, haven't we?
Yeah, I
'Cause,
mean, we have no choice. really.
My daughter works for the custodial services in the courts, so I don't think she'll be too happy when they start moving her around, because jobs, obviously,
Yeah.
if they're not being heard at the magistrates' courts, they're going to be heard somewhere else, and obviously there'll be different hotspots for these Nightingale courts.
Yeah, absolutely. So are they Midlands based or across the
It's
country?
across the country. I think
Right.
there's 5 or 6 that'll be set up just to get
Excellent.
rid of the backlog of 480,000 cases.
Wow.
Wow, that's a lot.
So the youth zone today, Aris, what's
Well,
that
the
involved? What
youth
are the
zone-
stories this week
Well,
about the youth
The
zone?
first story today is Noah Lyles, sprinter, beats Usain Bolt's 200-metre world record before blunder is discovered. That cannot be right, can it? Wondered former British Olympic middle-distance runner Steve Cram. When is 200 metres not 200 metres? When US sprinter Noah Lyles runs it, apparently. The reigning 200-metre world champion thought he had beaten the great Usain Bolt when he set a new world record at the distance at the Inspiration Games on Thursday evening, only to find out that he had just run 185 metres due to the blunder by organisation. Lyles posted a time of 18.90 seconds in Zurich, which would have beaten Bolt's 19.19 set in 2009. How can you get 200 metres wrong? Like, imagine thinking that
I would
you've
have
got
been
the world
gutted.
record.
If it was in Pakistan, I would say they could get it wrong, or even
Yeah.
India they'd get it wrong. But
Well, he was
Zurich.
US.
he was really emotional about this apparently at the end because he genuinely thought he broke Usain Bolt's
Yeah.
record, sub 19 seconds for a
wow,
200 metre run.
amazing!
Is
It's
something
mad,
else.
isn't it?
But yeah, so his response was, "You can't be playing with my emotions like this." He said that in a tweet. So yeah, he was disappointed. He only ran 185 meters, which says that he probably wouldn't have beaten the record. Then.
No,
So
no.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I actually watched a film this week called The Sprinter. Anyone seen it?
is it a Bollywood
no, I
film?
haven't.
It's is it a Lollywood from Jamaica?
Oh right, okay. Lollywood. No, I thought Lollywood was Pakistan.
Was it?
I don't know.
Anyway, it's about the Jamaican about a Jamaican sprinter, young kid,
Right.
and he goes for the 200 meters.
Actually, yes, I actually have saw that on TV.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get the 200 meters, but he's good at the
No,
short.
he goes for the 400.
Oh,
He
yeah,
wants the 400
but
because
he's
his
better at
brother
the
used to.
200.
But he was really fast at the 200, so they put him in for the 200, and he won everything
Did
for
he?
his age. And then they went to some final in the US.
Okay.
True story, and he won by a dread.
Did it
Yeah.
really?
He won by a dread.
Wow.
It's a good story, good
Yeah.
good
Well, I
fun
haven't
to watch.
watched it all. My dad had it on the TV, and I saw most of it. So.
Yeah, so yeah, The Sprinter it's called. It's on Sky Movies at the moment.
Well, there's obviously with obviously back in history with the Olympics, you had a film called Cool Runnings with using Jamaican sprinters to do bobsleighs.
Bobsleighing team, yes.
One of my favourite films. Have you seen that film? Iris?
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen Cool Runnings?
No.
That's another one for
I'll
your
tell you
hit
what.
list, eh?
Don't do Bollywood next week. Get your dad to get you Cool Runnings and
All right.
tell us what you think next week because you'll really
Okay.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's a comedy and it's
Yeah.
not Bollywood.
And it's not in Patwa either.
yeah, and it's not 3 hours long either.
All right.
So and you don't have to worry about the songs or anything
All right,
like
cool.
that.
I'll do that then.
What is the name of our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him's father? That is a question today. We know we've got some brainy people out there. Well, there's loads of people Googling it right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Give us a call 01902972150. Shabazz.
So pandemic. People are obviously struggling with people being on furlough and people losing their jobs, redundancies. Not a great place to be in the world at the moment. However, the rich are getting richer.
Are they?
During the pandemic? Yeah. So
What about the poor?
I think the poor are actually getting poorer,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But fresh analysis has shown that the richest people in America increase their wealth by an average of $42 million, that's £33 million,
Wow.
a week
What?
during the pandemic.
What?
A week, that's
No.
right, yeah. So it's close to what you get paid here.
I'd be their slave for a week and they could give me that money.
Well, the American Tax Fairness Institution of Policy Studies found that since the 18th of March, billionaires' fortunes grew by more than 700 billion, which is 550 billion pounds. Despite the pandemic, widespread financial fallout, Business Insider reports the fortunes of many unwealthy people have continued to grow, even as an unprecedented number of Americans filled with unemployment. Research by the Wealth X's Billionaire Sense found that the tech billionaires such as Amazon's Jeff Bezos and Zoom's Eric Yuan profited the most during the global pandemic. So it's no surprise that people like Amazon and Zoom, they're going to do the most because we've had to rely on their services the most.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people have just been doing so much online shopping on Amazon, they'll get their profits up.
Absolutely. So the top 3 billionaires in the world at the moment, I'm just going to read them out to you. So
Who's that? Number one, Shabazz Ahmed.
Not quite. I'm itching my way into the top 10.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just joking. So the top 3, we've got Jeff Bezos, number 1. His net worth currently is $113 billion. He's the Amazon chief. Bill Gates, $98 billion.
I know who number 3 is.
Before we get to number 3,
Yeah.
let me tell you interesting fact about Bill Gates.
Go on.
So he's second on the list at 98 billion. Now, he gave away 70% of his wealth about 10 years ago, and he only owns 1% of Microsoft. So a lot of people don't know that. They still think he's a Microsoft chief. He actually only owns 1%. However, I don't know whether the other investments is done, but he's right back up to number 2 now. Just shy of $100 billion.
It just shows a lot of rewards people give to
Yeah.
charity.
Yeah. So
You know?
he gave, 70% I think was to charity, I believe.
Wow.
Which was a lot of money.
A lot of money. So he dropped down to about 18th or 19th place on the list, and within a few years is back to number 2. So it's a Bill
Fair
Gates.
play to him.
So before we get to number 3, so who do you think number 3 is?
I think it's his sister Alvina Ali.
Oh,
She's got so many hands in different pots. She must be a billionaire by now.
yeah, she pulls up in a new BMW every week.
Yeah, I know.
It's just
She's been recommended to do reality TV shows. She's award-winning radio presenter.
well, there you go.
You know, she's lots of charity work.
Do you want another show offer or something? Is that
I just want that
that hamper?
hamper pack in the middle of the table.
So number 3 then. So you've got Mark Zuckerberg at number 3, 78.6
Facebook,
million.
Facebook man.
He's a Facebook man. I'm not on Facebook, so
I'm not on Facebook.
I've not contributed to any of his wealth.
Only today you're on Facebook.
Today I'm
Live.
on Facebook, yeah. Well, I say that if anyone's got WhatsApp, that is Facebook owned as well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's
So
right.
Oh,
there
yeah,
you go.
true.
So they're your top 3 billionaires. Yeah, the rich are getting richer. So yeah, there you go.
Wow. What are you guys doing tonight at 9 p.m.?
What are you doing, Laura? Is it 9
Not
p.m.?
much, sitting at home.
I'm going to tell you what you're going to be doing tonight at 9
Are
p.m.
we clapping again?
You're not clapping. You could
Okay.
clap to this program. BBC's new period drama, A Suitable Boy, is praised for having an all-Indian cast and director. But the screenplay was adapted by a Welshman.
Okay.
The all-Indian lineup for A Suitable Boy includes a director, Meera Nair. The adaptation of the Indian author Vikram Seth's award-winning 1993 novel is set in the 1950s in the wake of India's partition in 1947. The 6-part series tells the story of a strong-willed woman, Lata Mehra, played by Tanya Manakita, 23, who wants to choose her husband rather than have an arranged marriage. The drama starts tonight on BBC One at 9 p.m.
There we go. So we'll
Oh,
tune into
so-
that and
Something good.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it's all Asian.
yeah.
Brilliant, isn't it? Really good. Good.
So you're going to sit down and enjoy that tonight?
Of course I am.
There's a
I
lot of-
think my wife likes period drama. She likes all
Yeah.
this Downton Abbey and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So you know what, Downton Abbey is really good.
Well, there's a lot of talent, Asian talent in the country. I mean, if you take someone like Riz Ahmed, for instance, gone from relatively unknown to
Have you watched Four Lions with him in?
well, 4 Lions. He's been in Star Wars. He's got a TV show in the States where I believe he won an Emmy or a Grammy or one of their awards.
Probably.
So he's doing really well out there. So it's great to see a British Asian because you can relate to them, can't you?
Yeah,
So-
definitely. I mean, Four Lions was such an amazing film.
I've not seen that film.
Honestly.
No, I've not seen it.
Oh, Shabazz.
Really good. All
Shabazz.
I'll watch it this week.
Forget Cool Running. Have you watched Four Lions?
No.
Rubber Dinghy Rapids?
No.
Oh my jeez.
So is that one for me to watch? How many films do you guys want me to watch?
You know what? You have to get that passed through your dad first, okay?
Alright.
Before I could say you could watch
Tell you
it.
what, I'll watch 4 Lions. You watch Cool Runnings next week.
Alright.
Yeah, I think we should change his stories of the week to movies of the
Yeah,
week.
movie reviews of
Yeah.
the week.
Well, we could talk for hours then, couldn't we?
We
Really?
can.
No.
Anyone landed from Spain from last night had to be quarantined.
Oh, no, that's so bad.
How bad
news.
is that?
Yeah.
You know, everyone like 2 weeks ago, you could go to Spain, you won't be quarantined.
Yeah.
Come 12 o'clock last night, you had to do a 14
People are
day.
going to lose their jobs over this.
They will. There'll be a lot of people disappointed this morning, especially when they're landing this morning.
Well, I mean, it's bittersweet, isn't it? Because I think it needs to be done. I think if you look at the RR rate in Spain, it's massively shot up over the last week and a half or so. And maybe that's because they've opened everything up a little bit too soon, maybe. They're being a bit too
Yeah,
relaxed about things.
People think that it's not over yet when it all
Yeah.
is over.
And I think we are risking a second wave if we're not careful. But yeah, it's not good news. So you better cancel that flight to Ibiza.
Again.
Yeah, again.
Have you wore your mask in the shop yet?
Funny story, I got kicked out of a shop yesterday for not wearing my mask, believe it or not.
Well done. Well done. Which shop was
So
that?
genuinely, it was actually in the Avion Centre. I
Was
just had to pick up some. Yeah, I went
Oh,
into.
stoop to the lowest of the low.
Yeah,
He
so-
goes to Avon
Yeah,
Centre
so-
and he gets kicked out.
Listen, I went to get a kebab, right, and my battery was low on my car fob, so I thought, oh, this shop there, he sells car batteries. So
Yeah.
nipped in. I'd had my mask in my car, but you just forget, don't you? You don't
Yeah.
think it. So yeah, I walked in and I think it was this Polish lady or someone from Slovakia or somewhere. She was, no, you can't enter. And I was like, whoa. So yeah, I got slapped on the wrist yesterday for not wearing a mask, but now I've put it on and collected my battery. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I went to JD, I went to town, and me and my mum wearing a mask, and she was going to go wait and try on some shoes, but she couldn't breathe properly in there, so we had to leave.
I've been wearing it to the mosque. First of all, let me say, Jamia Masjid Bilal are doing an excellent job.
alhamdulillah.
So let me tell you, because you wasn't here last week, and I didn't discuss it because I forgot, to be fair.
Okay, go on.
So the first week I queued up, and they took my temperature, bang, straight in. The second week I went, the temperature gauge wouldn't take a temperature on my forehead.
Okay.
Kept on pressing it, it wouldn't work.
What is this when you're walking into the masjid?
Walking in, and he pointed it at somebody else and instantly pinged, ding, fine. So they'd done this 6 times and it wouldn't work on me. So they let me go into the mosque. So I sat down. Next thing I know, they start walking in with a gun, you know, the one of these temperature guns, looking at me. And I obviously got my mouth, oh, there he is, in front of everybody.
And the mosque is packed now, yeah?
It's packed. Get up, ping, 33.
33.
It was 33.
Cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, and they go, are you okay? I says, I'm fine. You sure you're okay? I'm fine. Everyone else is thinking I'm probably 37.9 or something. And they're all questioning him, is he okay? He goes, yeah, he's under. Anyway, so yesterday I went in, and guess how much? First time pinged, 32.3.
Okay.
So it's getting, I'm like you're saying, I'm cool as a cucumber.
Slowly getting colder.
But you know what? The way they've organised the mosque at the moment, it's
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
2 meters apart, you got to wear your masks. Apart from one person, I don't know why. Maybe he's got breathing difficulties, but everyone else has been wearing masks. They've been sanitised as they go in, sanitised as they go out.
Yeah.
Fantastic job by the management committee.
Yeah, you have to say alhamdulillah to the effort. I think everyone's sort of rallied around. I also like the sort of the booking service as well via WhatsApp. I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, we encourage people, if you are going to, you know, go to Jummah, or if you're going to Eid Namaz, for instance.
It's Eid week. Eid week. I've booked in
Yeah.
already. 8
Absolutely,
o'clock in the morning, I will be there. Have you booked in yet?
booked in for 10 o'clock, yeah. So
10 o'clock. Have you booked?
No, I haven't booked in yet, but I will be doing that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I know it won't be 8 o'clock, but
now, please, guys, we do recommend, if it's not Jamia Masjid Bilal, if it's UK Islamic Mission, Waterloo Road Masjid, any masjid in Wolverhampton or the West Midlands, please do find out what your local communities or mosques are doing. Please do use those booking in services. They're there for a reason. Yeah, so please do that.
okay. I've had a couple of texts, and then all of a sudden it says my phone's not connected. So I think it needs to be connected on that side. Your mum's texting.
Okay. Hello, Mom.
Yes.
Assalamu
I'll say Baji Salima.
Go on
You
then.
say Mummy Salima. She's got the question right. So
Okay.
fair play
Excellent.
to that.
So my mom's going to be in the draw, yeah?
Yeah. I think you need to put the charger on there. Yes. There
So,
it
so
is.
we need to somehow make sure that my mom wins this competition.
No,
So come on.
No.
It's, you know.
I don't know whether she's allowed to enter now, because the competition rules are that you can't have direct families entering. So for me, she's not direct,
Okay,
is she?
fine,
But
yeah.
with you, she's direct. But
You're the presenter. I'm just like the cleaner here. So
yeah, so I'll pass that bit with Sister Alvina. Let's see what she says. And she's already text through as well.
my mom's entered. End
She-
of.
Yeah, she's in the what you call it,
Okay.
in the hat. And Alvina says, "Billionaires, I wish."
Excellent. So got a world record coming out of Slovakia. So how many punches can you throw in a minute?
1 minute. Sorry. Oh, I just knocked myself in the head.
So for anyone watching on Facebook, Cal just punched the microphone by mistake.
I reckon about 170 times.
All right. So the world record, a Slovak martial artist broke the Guinness World Book of Records when he threw 322 punches in a minute. So Pavel Trusov, who's 25 years old, said he prepared and trained for the 6 months before officially attempting the record. Guinness rules required each punch to be a full extension punch, meaning his arm had to be fully extended after every blow. So it's 322 punches
It's
in
a
a
lot
minute.
of punches,
It's a
isn't
lot
it?
of punches, yeah. But his arms are hurting at the end of that.
But he's got
Yeah.
some biceps, hasn't he?
Well, he's a world record holder now, so good luck to him.
How many
Yeah.
punches you reckon you could throw at Shabazz for not turning up last week?
I'm not sure. I'll have to test it. Well, Ajaz Ali, do you know the story that you were talking about before? He said that's what he was going to talk about. Well, we've already talked about it now.
Which one?
Story before on Kushbaz's.
Come on, I've slept since then.
Which story are you talking about there?
I can't remember either.
The
but,
suitable boy or the
no.
courts?
Not sure. I think about the courts maybe.
Okay,
Well,
so-
we'll
so-
soon find out. When
Ijaz, get back in touch and tell us which story we've already covered off. So
I'll say we've done about 6-7 stories already,
Yeah.
so
We
we've
have,
got to
yeah.
find
Well,
out.
I've
Which
got
one.
another one here for you. Giant swarm of flying ants spotted from space over UK. A spokesman for the Met Office says there are likely to be thousands of insects within the clouds spotted above the England's coast. A 50-mile wide swarm of flying ants has been huge, making its way over the UK, and it's so huge that it can be spotted from space. The enormous cloud of insects was picked up by the Met Office's weather radar over Kent and Sussex on England's southeast coast. The weather services said smaller swarms could be seen over London.
Wow.
So I hate flying ants. I mean, I think they're really... I hate all insects.
Do you?
Yeah.
You could tell your face is still... You still got that mark from that mosquito bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have.
Wow. There's a lot of flies up in the sky, isn't it? Especially in this weather.
Well, yeah, I think it's been happening all over the world. We had that locust plague across sort of South Asia, sort of Pakistan and India. We've got this swarm of flies here in the UK. I just think it's climate change and a lot of change in the weather that's causing this. But no, not good. Not good. Not a fan of flying mosquitoes at all.
We're going to be going into a break very soon. Before we carry on, the question is, who is our beloved Prophet's father's name? If you know the answer, please text in 07440 420 432. Or you, after 4 minutes, you could ring in 01902 972 150.
Remember, if you ring in, it's double points.
Double points, double bubble for ringing in. Not bad. Welcome back to the second part of Ramadan Radio Wolves, and the most famous show here on the radio station is Stories of the Week, the most listened to show as well.
Absolutely.
Hey, let's go to Around the World in 80 seconds or so, Shabazz.
Yeah, let's do that. Before we do, can I just take this opportunity to wish my daughter a happy third birthday for Friday? Amara, she was 3 on Friday.
Mashallah.
And I just want to
Happy
say
birthday.
that I love her loads. She's a little muddy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Keeps you on your toes.
Keeps you on my toes, yeah. She's growing up now. But she got sport rotten over the weekend. So yeah, I just wanted to get her famous on the airwaves. So we're going to go around the world in 80 seconds or so. Starting off in Germany. I found this quite interesting, Khalid. So a German court has convicted a former Nazi guard. A German court convicted a 93-year-old former SS private on Thursday of being an accessory to murder at the Stutt concentration camp where he served as a guard in the final months of World War II. He was given a 2-year suspended sentence. Bruno Day was convicted of 5,232 counts of accessory to murder by the Hamburg State Court. That is equal to the number of people believed to have been killed at Stutt during the service. Therefore, in 1944 and 1945, he was also convicted of an accessory to attempted murder. So imagine that. So an ex-Nazi guard being convicted of murder.
I can't understand the 2-year sentence.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know, it's suspended as well, so it doesn't get nothing really.
he doesn't get anything. And the fact that he's 93, I think I'm sure he's
so
got to,
late.
well, he's probably got to a stage in his life where he probably understood what he did was wrong. But
Has he?
I don't know. So 93-year-old being convicted, former Nazi guard coming out of Germany. So going to go right across to China now. So China has successfully launched an unmanned probe to Mars on Thursday in its first independent mission to another planet, in a display of its technological prowess and ambition to join an elite club of spacefaring nations. China's largest carrier rocket, the Long Mach 5Y4, blasted off the probe at 4:41 GMT on Wednesday at the Wechang Launch Center on the southern side of the island. This year, Mars is at its closest to Earth at a distance of around 55 million kilometres, a window of about a month that opens up every 26 months. So yes, Mars is at its closest at the moment. The probe is expected to reach Mars in February, where it will try to land on the Europa Planitia, the plane of the Northern Hemisphere, and deploy a rover to explore for 90 days. What's the point?
You know, I saw some images coming from Mars from a satellite system that's already there. It looks spectacular,
It does, but
but there's no point.
Yeah,
I
there's no
understand
need
what
to
you
go.
mean.
see, it's something like my mum would probably say, "Karnaki ajagete," like what we're going to do when we get there. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so moving across into Turkey, someone who I absolutely love, Turkey's President Tayyip Erdogan joined thousands of worshippers at the Hagia Sophia on Friday. So remember you covering this a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
They've turned the Hagia Sophia into a masjid. These were the first prayers there since he declared the monument a revered Christian and Muslim monument for almost 1,500 years, a mosque once again. Erdogan and his top ministers wearing face masks as a precaution against COVID-19 knelt on blue carpet and sat at the ceremony, which marks a return of Muslim worship at the ancient structure. The Turkish president also recited verses from the Holy Quran. So
Actually saw images of this,
Yeah.
and the streets were lined up by thousands and thousands of worshippers
Were
who
they?
couldn't get into it.
okay,
I think only 1,500 people were allowed in.
so you've been there, right?
Yeah,
so
I've as well.
so it's is it directly opposite the Blue Mosque then?
Adjacent to the Blue
Right.
Mosque. I mean, it's probably 1,000 yards or something.
Yeah, something like that.
So do you think people who used to go to the Blue Mosque will now go there? I mean, isn't this bad for the Blue Mosque maybe?
There's plenty of space for
Yeah,
both. I
yeah.
mean, the man thousands have turned up, either going to the Blue Mosque
There's
or the
not going to be
Hagia
enough
Sophia.
space for all of them, so
No.
Yeah, so amazing scenes they were. I absolutely loved it.
Well, I mean, again, this is a revered site for thousands a year, so it's really good that he's turned it back into a mosque. So last couple of stories around the world. So it's a whistle-stop tour going into Saudi Arabia. So King Salman of Saudi Arabia underwent successful surgery on Thursday to remove his gallbladder 3 days after he was admitted to hospital. It is rare for a Saudi Arabia to report on health of the ageing monarch, who has ruled the top oil exporter and the Arab world's biggest economy since 2015. The 84-year-old king is the second reigning monarch of the Gulf to be hospitalised recently after Kuwait's Sheikh Saab amid the twin regional crisis of the coronavirus pandemic and a plunge in crude prices. The King underwent surgery to remove the gallbladder today at King Faisal Specialist Hospital in Riyadh, and the King will remain in hospital for some time after the successful surgery. So do you think he's just on a normal ward with everybody
No,
else?
of course not.
do you
He's
think-
probably got the whole ward to himself.
So
Yeah.
he's probably got the hospital built just for him, hasn't
Exactly.
he? So,
It's probably named after him.
so he's probably got the best care for after having his gallbladder removed.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's not doing Hajj this week.
Well, yeah. So we wish him well, of course. And moving across into Pakistan, some good news coming out of Pakistan for once. Pakistan's permanent representative to the United Nations ambassador, Murin Akram, has been elected unanimously on Thursday as a president of the UN Economic and Social Council for the year ending July 2021. This is the sixth time that Pakistan has been elected as ESOC president, and the second time that the ambassador Akram has been elected to this post, having served as a body's chief in 2005. In his acceptance speech, Ambassador Akram said that the UN member states face three simultaneous challenges: the COVID health and economic crisis, the realisation of sustainable development goals, and the existential threat of climate change. So Pakistan are representing quite high in the UN.
Flying high now.
Yeah, looks like they
In
are.
the UN. So good news coming out of Pakistan. So that was our whistle stop, 80 seconds, 180
Also-
seconds, or whatever that was. But yeah, back
Just a
over to
quick
you.
story to touch on regarding the Chinese,
Space probe.
space probe.
Yeah.
The UAE also sent one up this week as
Oh,
well.
have they?
Yeah, UAE.
Okay.
So they're going places as well
Okay, so where have they sent that to?
in space.
Oh, just to get. Okay, so they're
They're just testing the waters.
fine.
So Giles texts back here. Giles, who does a legal show after us,
Yeah.
he's talking about face masks
Right,
on
okay.
his show. So he'll dive deep into
Yeah,
it
that's
and obviously
fine.
give you all the regulations and stuff.
So
and
sorry, Giles, we didn't mean to step on your toes there, but
he's always one step ahead of
Yeah.
everyone,
Yeah.
isn't he?
He can come at it from a legal angle, though, can't he? So he can
Yeah.
tell the people whether I should have been kicked out of the shop or not.
He should have. Well,
Yeah, because should I have been? Shouldn't have been?
I
don't
think
know.
he should have been.
Yeah, I think you should have been.
I heard another text message coming in. Got it correct, and that's Amina. Tanmeez, Fatima, salam to all people listening
Walaikum salam.
on Ramadan Radio. So thank
So
you very
she's
much.
got it right.
She's
The
got it right.
question.
There's three names. I'm thinking it's Amina and Tanmeez, Fatima. Maybe Tanmeez and Fatima are the same. Please clarify. We could only put one name through, so
Yeah.
I'm going to put Amina down.
All right.
Amina is in the draw. We need callers.
We do need callers. Yeah, we're still yet to get
I'll tell you, once a caller comes in, everyone will
yeah.
probably get the question right. What's the question again?
The question is, what is the name of the Holy Prophet's father?
What is the name of the Holy Prophet's father?
And in the age of Google, people should be able to find that
Yes, I
answer.
think
that
everyone
quite
will be
quickly.
googling it.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what,
so-
if people are still unsure, what type of English questions have we got there to
Type
ask
of
people?
English
yeah,
question.
give an English question as
Yeah,
well.
so
Right,
any-
can you
any-
give me a couple minutes to find a good one?
Yes, of course. I'll do a
Right.
story. Lewis Hamilton has blasted F1 and Grand Prix Drivers Association after the sport's anti-racism message continues to fall flat.
But-
So
But does it, Khalid? So
I think it's done now, isn't it? Let's move on.
I see. I mean, I love Lewis Hamilton, big fan. You know, we've been to Italy to see him race. But I mean, I agree with what Jackie Stewart and Bernie Ecclestone were saying to some extent. That yes, you know, they do need more presence in the in Formula One from a black people and Asian people, for instance. But you know, he's done all right, isn't he?
He's done very well.
So he's done all right, and you know, I think people are showing that they care about racism in their own way. It doesn't always have to be people kneeling and wearing anti-racism T-shirts. People are entitled to do it how they want. So I think he's going a little bit far now. But who are we to say? We've not suffered the type of racism that these guys have.
No.
So
Yeah.
Or have we not? I have.
Well, Asian people do have racism as well.
Well, to be fair, growing up, I did have it, but I mean, I'm comparing it to the black people in America. You know,
Yeah, they've got it really
they've
bad.
got, they've got it really. I've never had a police officer kneel on my neck or anything like that. So
Not yet.
not yet. No. The
Is that a gun in your pocket, Shabazz?
No. The worst I used to get was girls didn't used to play kiss chase with me in school because I was brown. But that's the only thing.
Oh dear.
Well, I've got.
But you see, don't listen to him.
Yeah. Well, I've got an easy English question here.
Yeah.
What 5 colours are the Olympic rings?
5 colours of the Olympic rings.
Good question. I like it.
Yeah, I like that one.
All right,
like
so just text in or ring in. What are the 5 colours of the Olympic rings?
There you are. All calling, yes. And Shabazz, the answer to your question, Ajaz Saab said, no, you should not have been stopped.
Okay.
It's up to the shops. It's not up to the shop staff to stop you.
So I could have casually walked.
You could have put 2 fingers up and says, "Here's just buy my batches." But I think she could have refused the sale to you.
Okay.
Maybe,
okay.
yeah.
So this is it. There's so much ambiguity around this face mask. I think it's farcical because the government haven't made it clear. Do we have to wear them? Do we not have to wear them? Is it advisable? Is it not advisable? So I think there just needs to be a lot more clearer because should we be wearing masks here today doing the show? I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
it's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't hear me speak properly for the start.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
You'd
so
go,
and if I did, I wouldn't do the show.
Right. What if you had to wear a mask?
If I had to wear a mask, I wouldn't do the
yeah,
show.
because you'd be all muffled out and everything.
Yeah, of course. It wouldn't be the same. I'd be sweating like
Yeah.
something.
We're talking about sweat. I can
Yeah.
just jump into a story around a
I'll
person.
throw my paper down then. Go
Oh,
on.
right, sorry, I can't see that you picked it up. The computer screens are in the way.
Go
in
on.
fact, no, go on. I'm going to do you the respect. To
No.
let me read the
No.
story.
We have to do the links. If it's sweat,
Yeah.
there's a link. You do it.
So the link was a personal trainer refuses to work with fat people. Okay.
Well, what is the job for then?
So, a personal trainer has provoked anger by refusing to work with fat people and claiming they are lazy and they lack self-worth. That's quite harsh, I think, isn't it, really? So Samantha Yardley told ITV, we need to make it more inconvenient to be obese and described obesity as a lifestyle choice. She's been criticised on Twitter as fatophobic and discriminatory. So she's saying that we need to make it more inconvenient for people to be obese.
Well, I see the point that they have, but maybe some people are motivated and want to have that personal trainer.
Because it's a lot harder to eat healthy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very easy just to get a McDonald's on the way home. And
But a personal trainer will make more money out of someone who's
Exactly.
obese than
'Cause they'll
someone
be with
who's
them
fit.
longer.
you'd like to think that, but maybe she's got some sort of Instagram profile where she only wants
The good-looking people.
good-looking people, and I don't know. But she's been slated on social media, so yeah.
Masarat from Birmingham, she's at work and she says all her colleagues are in the draw. So I think Amna and Tanmiz and Fatima, them all in Birmingham listening to us this Sunday morning.
Excellent. It'd be good if one of those could ring in, maybe.
I think they're scared.
Or somebody could ring
I
in.
think they're scared to phone in. I think people are scared to talk to us.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And we're the 3 kindest people on the planet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people are shy to ring in. But if you're not, 01902 972 Tom Cruise stuns golfers as he lands on the quiet course in a helicopter to grab lunch after filming for the new Mission Impossible movie resumed. So for lunch, he just pops in on a golf course, lands in a helicopter.
That's just Tom Cruise through and through, isn't it, really?
It's not unusual to see a birdie or an eagle on a golf course.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
But players at the Richmond Golf Club were stunned when a helicopter landed and Tom Cruise got out. The Hollywood star, 58, Tom Cruise,
Unbelievable.
made his grand entrance at the course in southwest London before strolling off to the Grade 1 listed Georgian clubhouse for his lunch.
So how do you think the other people who were playing golf at that point in time felt?
And maybe felt a bit angry, but also a bit happy at the same time.
I've got an interesting story about Tom Cruise, actually. But me and my wife waited for about an hour to get a glimpse of Tom Cruise.
Glimpse?
Yeah, so on our honeymoon, we went to Maldives and Dubai. At the point in time we were in Dubai, they were filming a film called Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. You may have seen
I've
it.
seen it. It's on the Burj Khalifa.
He's on the Burj Khalifa, that's
Yes.
right. So we'd actually booked to go up on the Burj Khalifa. We got where we booked it from, the contacted us saying, sorry, you can't go today because they're filming so we had to go the following day. And then we got wind that he was going to be at the Atlantis de Palm. So we purposely went to Atlantis on that day.
Yeah.
We did all the aquaventure and all of that stuff. But yeah, we waited around for about an hour. Apparently he was going to walk through any minute, and he got to a stage where I thought, come on, let's just go. He's only a human being, you know.
He's only Tom Cruise.
Yeah, no, so we didn't get to see him. But yeah, we were there when he was filming Mission Impossible.
All right.
There you go.
Put your tail down, MP John Nicholson interrupted by his cat at committee hearing. I had one before where, remember that cat licked his milk?
The priest's milk.
Yeah, the priest's milk, but this is different. As the SNP MP was asking a question, his cat Rojo decided it was the perfect moment for a star turn. A parliamentary committee was joined by an unexpected guest during one of his hearings. Members of the Digital Culture, Media and Sport Committee had gathered both in person and virtually to consider the future of the public service broadcasting. As MP John Nicholson was talking about the use of subtitles on children's TV, his cat Rojo decided it was the perfect moment for a Zoom star turn. So the cat wanted a bit of fame.
A bit of fame, yeah, for that cat. Excellent.
Aishwarya Rai Bachchan. We all know Aishwarya Rai.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amitabh Bachchan.
Had a poster in my room years ago.
Yeah. Indian actress taken to hospital with COVID-19. So all the family now are in hospital. All the Bachchan
Sad
family.
news.
Another series of tweets from his son Abhishek, also a famous actor, confirmed that his 46-year-old wife Aishwarya and 8-year-old daughter Radha has also tested positive. Jaya Bachchan, also a famous actress, and Amitabh Bachchan's wife is the only one who's tested negative.
Well, she
So
better
at the
stay
whole
away from-
family, Jaya Bachchan, who's not got COVID, but the rest have got COVID.
Wow.
Something in there.
I don't know.
Maybe,
Hey?
maybe.
So
It's-
what? I mean, have they said anything about their health? Are they fit and well? Or
They're all in hospital. I think it's mild symptoms,
yeah.
but they'll probably get better.
Well-
And another quick story before, because I'll just get rid of this page. And Italian police find cocaine hidden inside coffee beans. Like your coffee.
I do like my
Open
coffee.
the
I do
coffee
like my
beans.
coffee, and if
Now we know why.
cocaine was in my coffee beans, then I'd be a bit.
Yeah, Italian police have discovered cocaine hidden inside individual coffee beans in a package sent from Colombia. You'd check them, wouldn't you? If anything from Colombia, you check.
Yeah.
People are getting clever, aren't they?
This is the best bit.
It'd be very time consuming putting cocaine in each coffee bean.
It's worth it. Not that I've done it before, but it's worth it.
Why are your eyes lighting up?
I know. Police at Milan Malpensa Airport. We landed there.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
we have. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yes, we have.
You might give you alarm bells there. So they became suspicious of the package as it was addressed to Santonio Di Antonio, the name of a crime boss in the film John Wick Chapter 2.
Oh my God.
You can't make it up, can you?
No, these people just wanted to get caught, didn't they?
A 50-year-old man has been arrested after trying to collect the package from a Florence tobacco shop.
Excellent. Just going to really jump in quickly with a little bit of sports news. So we know we've got the cricket on at the moment. England were all out this morning for 369 yesterday. West Indies currently on 152 for 6 wickets taken. And England are hoping to take the final 4 wickets this morning to wrap up the test. So England doing really well.
Premiership comes to an end today as well.
It
I'm
does.
nervous today.
I'm nervous as well. What do you think? What do you think?
This is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping Manchester United beat Leicester.
Yeah, so am I.
There's a reason behind my thinking.
You are, yeah.
So they'll be in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So they won't concentrate on the Europa League
that's
Cup.
right.
Yeah. So that will give us a chance to maybe
Go through the
go
Europa.
through.
I think if Wolves can get into the Champions League, I know it's not mathematically possible, well it is, but goal difference wise is ridiculous. But if Wolves win the Europa League and get into the Champions League, that is going to
It'd be mental.
unbelievable.
For the city, that will
Oh.
be immense.
Well, just think of the clubs you'd have coming to Waterloo Road in Wolverhampton, Real Madrid, Barcelona. It'd be something else, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
And also congratulations to, I shouldn't say congratulations, but I'm saying it, West Bromwich Albion will come up as well.
Yeah, West
Into the
Bromwich,
Premiership, yeah.
come on, West Bromwich.
Let's not talk too much about that.
Well,
Aris,
on a positive note, like I mentioned earlier in our break, I do want all the Midlands clubs to be in the Premiership.
Yeah.
You know,
The good derby will be.
I think West Brom, Wolves, Villa, Walsall, Birmingham, get them all in there. I think it's great for the West Midlands.
a funny story while we're just on sport. Birmingham City, they've retired the 22 number shirt.
What? That,
Uh,
explain to me why.
because they probably made 22 million pounds from the one player who has only played
handful of
22 games.
Yeah,
James Bellingham, is it?
yeah,
Jude
he went
Jude
to-
Bellingham,
He
yeah.
went to Dortmund, didn't he?
Yeah, but they retired the shirt. But normally it's people like David Beckham or
Michael Jordan.
Who-
You know.
yeah.
big sports stars who get their
Yeah.
T-shirts retired. But Bellingham, well done.
Well, woman casually wears KFC bucket box as a makeshift face covering whilst out shopping. As new rules come into force today about wearing face coverings in shops and supermarkets, a woman has been spotted wearing a KFC box over her head as a makeshift one. From today, from July 24th, it's mandatory for shoppers in England to wear a face covering when they go into a shop. Those who refuse to wear one without a good reason could be fined up to £100. Similar rules are in place all around the world due to the coronavirus pandemic, and as a result, we've seen some people wearing rather bizarre makeshift coverings. Most recently, a woman has been spotted wearing a cardboard KFC box over her head to cover her nose and mouth. So wouldn't the box be all greasy and smelly and making her hair and her
It probably smell nice. I like the smell of fried
yeah,
chicken.
fried
but
chicken,
yeah.
but, not
Fried
the
chicken.
grease.
not that
Not
all
close
in
to
your
your
hair.
nose. No.
So have we got time to go into the whole KFC, halal, HMC, and all that debate, or is that going to take far too long?
No, we can
I
if
say
you
we
want
can.
to.
Well, should we save it for next week? Because I'm sure our phones will start ringing like mad, won't they, with
Of course.
people with their views?
Well,
you
I
know.
thought they'd be ringing mad with this
Yeah.
easy competition,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
obviously it's too easy for people. I don't think Wolverhampton people are that clever.
I don't know, but every time.
That's the conclusion I've come to then. If they can't be clever because they're not ringing me.
Well, maybe we haven't given the number enough. Maybe.
Well, the number to call in is 01902 972 150, and the number to text in is 07440 420 432.
And it's an easy question. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, what is his father's name? And if you don't want to enter that one, name us the colours of the Olympic
Yeah, name
flag.
the 5 colours off the Olympic rings.
Easy.
I think, I'll give you one. One of them is red.
Yeah, one of them's red.
There you are.
Yeah, see, only 4 more to go.
And while we're on sport, talk about Man United. You see David De Gea's cock up.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, he tweeted. He said, "I haven't killed anyone.
yeah,
So why am I getting all these comments?"
yeah. Well, to be fair, I mean, I agree because I've watched him extensively over the last 2 or 3 years, and I think he's saved United more in games than he's made mistakes. Everyone's entitled to make mistakes, and the problem with goalkeepers is when they make a mistake,
Everyone.
it normally leads
goes
to a
about
goal.
them.
So I'd absolutely still give him one more chance, and I think people use social media as a platform now. I find these people cowards because they can just say
Yeah, to
whatever
just
they
say
want.
hate
Yeah,
comments.
it's the new version of name calling, isn't it?
Roy Keane. He didn't say on social media. He said it live on Sky Sports.
But Roy Keane, let's not talk about Roy Keane because he's very controversial, isn't he?
So his poor performance against Chelsea, fans and pundits were on his back. So there you have.
So I know we just brushed over football, but I wanted to go into a little bit of that. So who do you think is going to go down?
You know what? In my heart, I've got a funny feeling.
So Norwich are down, right?
Norwich are
Yeah,
down.
no.
Bournemouth,
Norwich
do
are
you think Bournemouth are down?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
I think they're the surprise in that packet of 3.
So you think Watford and
I
Villa?
think they got the easiest game against Everton.
Okay.
I think Watford and
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa might draw, and Bournemouth take all 3 points.
Wow.
I think.
Well, if
Right.
that happens,
Or if West Ham beat Villa and Bournemouth go,
Yeah.
it's going to be tight. I think
is,
Watford. Personally, I think Watford and Villa.
We're going to go down.
I think so.
Well, I mean, looking on paper, you'd say Watford have got the better team, and Watford have been in this place before, where they've had to fight on the last day, so they've maybe got a bit more experience. But I know you don't want to hear it. You don't like the Villa, but I do hope Villa stay up because I've got friends who are Villa fans, and I get it. It's about the Midlands club for me. I'd prefer more Midlands people.
yeah.
But yeah, so okay.
Well, remember our competition is on, and the question is, what is the name of our Holy Prophet's father? The number, well, if you ring in, you get 2 points, and if you get it right, and if you text in, you get 1 point. The number is 01902 972 150, and the texting number is 07440 420 432.
Tourists trying to reserve beach spots in Spain have towels confiscated by police. So we all do this, don't we? We always send one member of the family down to the swimming pool first thing in the morning
Yeah.
before everyone's woke up to
Yeah.
put your towels on the best spots.
So you
No.
get there right next to the pool.
I hate having to do that, you know.
But you do it, don't you?
Well, you've got no choice, because if you want a decent sun lounger in a decent part of by the pool, you have to do it, unfortunately.
Well, police on the Costa del Sol have got so fed up with sunbathers reserving spaces on the beach and disappearing for hours that they've started confiscating their belongings. Officials in Torrox, a British tourist hotspot near Marbella, issued a warning after noticing tourists and sun worshippers were leaving their belongings on the beach during peak times, despite being nowhere to be seen. Many arrived early and reserved their spot with sun loungers, lilos, towels, and even an inflatable boat on the best spots on the shore before going home to take a siesta.
Unbelievable,
Oh
unbelievable.
God.
So you know, when we were in Turkey last year, have a guess what time we'd have to get up in the morning to put our towel.
6 o'clock?
7, somewhere
Yeah,
like that.
so 6 o'clock, you bang on right. So I thought first day, 8, 8:30 is fine. Go downstairs, nothing
No.
available. You know, you you had a sun lounger in the bleachers, but yeah, so we had to get up at 6 o'clock every morning to just to get a decent
Just
sun
to get
lounger.
them. Did
It's
you
quite-
go back and go to sleep, or did you get out?
Well, no. I'd go and do that. By the time I'd get back, my wife had got the kids ready, and we'd go down for breakfast and
Yeah.
get out early. I mean, when I'm on holiday, I like to try and
You
get
like
up as
to
early
get
as
up early,
yeah,
and
just
do
you
all
know,
the stuff.
absolutely.
Anyway, we're nearly coming to our second break. We'll be back for the third and final part of Stories of the Week with Khalid Shabazz and Haris. Welcome back to the third and final part of Stories of the Week. Today's the 26th of July 2020. It's a 208th day of the year with 150 days left to go. This day in history, 1609, English mathematician Thomas Harriot is the first person to draw a map of the moon by looking through a telescope. In 1775, US postal system established with Benjamin Franklin as its first postmaster general. In 1803, the Surrey Iron Railway, arguably the world's first public railway, opens in South London.
Wow.
In 1835, the first sugar cane plantation started in Hawaii. In 1945, Winston Churchill resigns as the Britain's Prime Minister after election defeat. And in 1948, the first black host of a network show, CSB, Bob Howard Show, was on. And in 1971, Apollo 15 launched fourth manned landing on the moon. And in 1982, Indian film star Amitabh Bachchan is seriously injured filming a fight scene for the movie Coolie. Remember that, Shabazz?
In fact, forget Naseeb. That's my favourite.
Coolie.
Coolie, yeah. What if it's about the one with the trains, isn't it?
That's the one, yeah. When he used to be the butler from taking the stuff off the trains. Coolie.
Accident ho gaya. Sorry, I'm not going to sing.
Rabba rabba.
Yeah, I'm not going to sing.
You could say rabba rabba.
You can, yeah, you can.
So, yeah, 1982. Time flies, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
In 2005, Mumbai, India receives 99.5 centimetres of rain. That's 39.17 inches within 24 hours, bringing the city to a halt for over 2 days.
Wow.
Stopped it for 2 days.
Amazing.
And 2017, Great Britain announced it will ban petrol and diesel cars by 2040.
So, is that right?
2040, there's not going to be no petrol or diesel cars. It'll all be electric.
Okay.
If you're celebrating your birthday today, 1917, Richard Burnell, British rower, Olympic gold, 1948, born in Henley-on-Thames, sadly passed away in 1995. In 1928, Ibn e Safi, Pakistani fiction writer and Urdu poet, born in Allahabad, India, and he died in 1980. In 1943, Mick Jagger, English rock vocalist, also born this day in history. In 1955, Asif Ali Zardari, Pakistani politician, president of Pakistan between 2008 and 13, born in Karachi. In 1959, some famous names now that you both might know. Kevin Spacey,
Yeah.
American actor, House of Cards, born in South Orange, New Jersey. Born in 1964, Sandra Bullock, American actress. And in 1967, Jason Statham, British actor, with the films called The Crank and The Transporter, born in Shirebrook in Derbyshire. And footballer 1974, Dean Sturridge, he was born in Birmingham, England. And finally, my favourite person on the planet at the moment,
Shabazz Ahmad.
born in 1980. Was you born in 1980?
No, I
No,
wasn't.
it's not you then, is it?
81.
Jacinda Ardern, Prime Minister of New Zealand. I think she's wicked.
Okay.
Good
yeah,
person.
Yeah, good,
She's
a
only
good
born in
Prime Minister.
1980.
1980.
So that, oh wow, so
Wow.
she's very young then.
Very young Prime Minister, very good. That's your stories and day in history, your birthdays, all in one.
Wow, wow. So we've had this delivery of some items that you're likely to expect from our wonderful competition prize.
Yep.
So if anyone can see me on Facebook, I'm just going
Go
to
on,
hold
go on,
some of
Shabazz,
these
show
up.
'em higher,
So
higher, higher.
We've got dry roasted
Hang
nuts.
on, hold it there. Speak.
Dry roasted nuts. No? Dry roasted nuts. We've got... Nobody on Facebook saw that, did they?
No.
We've got Bombay mix. We've got
Hang on,
cashew nuts.
go back there.
Can you see them?
No, not yet, because hang on.
Okay, can you see them now? Yeah, so we've got cashew nuts, we've got Bombay mix, we've got a whole array of gourmet snacks for you to win. But you need to enter the competition, so we need more callers there. That number 01902 972 150. You can text us on.
The text number is 07440 420 432.
Mohammed Zubair, he's got it right. He's got the answer, and he's got the full answer. It was like Not one name, but he's got the full name.
Wow.
Mohammed Zubair. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Was that because I showed the Bombay mix?
It could have been. It's sort of. You know what? It's not really enticing because every time you speak, he laughs, so the microphone goes to him, so he doesn't. You know what? Throw me a packet over. Yeah, throw me that cashew one. Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, now look at that. Cashew nuts. This is a 600-gram packet. Do you know how expensive cashew nuts are?
Very expensive. Yeah.
Look at that. This is prime advertising for Indus here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Mind you, they are the owners of the station, sort of. So,
Yeah.
you've got that. There's a box full here.
Yeah,
A box
there's
full.
loads of them, loads.
So, yeah, do ring in for that competition, and you get double chance if you call in and speak to us live. 01902 972 150. If you're just listening in, where you been? Who is or what is the name of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, his father's name? Or if you don't know that, you could ring in and give us the five colours.
Yeah, what are the 5 colours of the rings of the Olympics rings?
Yes, we'll carry on. I've got a top comeback items in lockdown.
Okay.
Would you think of anything that's on the list?
As a comeback item.
Top
What does
comeback
that mean?
items in lockdown. So they used to be famous back in the days.
I'm thinking more sort of home gym equipment and stuff like that. So
Okay, let me food-wise.
okay,
Food-wise, anything you could think of that.
go on, entice us.
Number 1. Or shall I go 10 downwards?
Go
yeah,
10
10
down.
downwards.
Number 10, smash. Do you know? It's
Okay.
smash, it's hash.
You're showing your age now, Khalid. Is that mashed potato?
Mashed potato,
Yeah, okay.
smash. 59% comeback.
Okay.
Number 9 is long life milk.
Yeah.
I actually bought 4 bottles of long life. No, 3 bottles because they
Okay.
wouldn't let me buy the 4th.
All right.
So 3 bottles, long life milk. 81% people have bought that. Canned meat.
Ooh, not sure about that.
Yeah, right, it's back. 90% of people. Pickled onions at number 7. 166% rise.
Love pickled onions.
Yeah. There's another canned meat in number 6. I'm not going to mention that name. Haram.
Yeah, don't.
And number 5, everyone's favourite, jelly.
Okay.
Yeah, 340% rise.
And many halal varieties available as well.
Loads of
Yeah.
halal. At number 4, tinned mandarins.
Okay.
I like mandarins.
So where did they go?
What do you mean?
As in, like, people stopped buying them, did they? Or
They don't buy as much,
Oh,
but
right,
now
okay.
because of the lockdown,
Right,
a lot of people
fine.
are buying them. And top 3, custard powder. 336% people bought custard powder.
okay.
Top 2, I bought this in lockdown.
Go on.
Tinned pineapple slices.
Ah, yeah.
I made upside down pineapple cake.
I think everybody did during
Yeah.
Oh,
lockdown.
yeah, I did see that. Look,
Mine was the best.
Yeah.
Mary Berry's recipe.
All right. Okay.
And-
and come on, you didn't make that. Your wife made
No.
it.
No,
didn't
he did.
I honest to God, you know what? My wife will ring in and tell you, Shabazz.
Yeah.
And so you made pie, and you didn't send any around to the family for us to try, or nothing like that. You just
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I did
okay.
share it.
Yeah, you
I
did
shared
send us
some.
to try.
Go
Yeah.
on, Aries. What was it like?
It was
Be honest.
nice. It was nice.
Yeah, was it?
It was
Okay.
good.
I also made some. What was it? I forgot what I made.
Fudge. You made fudge.
Fudge.
You made caramel biscuits.
Wow.
You made loads of stuff during lockdown.
And the number 1 top comeback item in lockdown is packet trifle. 783% rise.
Oh, trifle.
Nice.
Not a trifle fan.
No, I love trifle.
It's got no
Yeah,
substance.
I love
nothing to it.
trifle.
Nothing
Love
to
it.
Just going to wrap up some of these stories from around the world. Going back into China now. So China's mobile provider Huawei. I'm sure you both have heard of Huawei.
Yeah, I have.
The sort of the next big thing coming out of China. But UK's mobile providers have been banned from buying Huawei's 5G equipment after the 31st of December. So Huawei are saying that they're not worried about this at all. They think they're big enough to survive. But
They're very worried.
are they?
They're very worried.
But Britain has banned Huawei from its 5G telecom network, reversing a decision made in January this year to allow the Chinese tech company to play a role in building the country's super-fast wireless infrastructure. So they were going to be responsible for helping build the infrastructure here. Digital Secretary Oliver Dowden told the House of Commons that the decision would delay the 5G rollout by a year. He added that the cost of the delay and restrictions announced against Huawei earlier the year would be up to 2 billion. So it's going to cost the economy 2 billion because we're not going with Huawei. So
I think it's a bad decision.
it is. But
It's all because China and America aren't getting on at the moment.
Yeah.
America has stopped Hawaii there, so the British have just joined with the Americans and banned it as well.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to speculate because we're not here. We're here to provide real stories of the week, not speculation. But there's been stories coming out that Huawei are putting sort of microchips in their phones
Yeah.
to listen to people's conversations. And
I mean,
yeah.
Huawei is a very popular brand phone.
Yeah,
So
it's similar to
many
sort of
people do
TikTok
buy.
when we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. TikTok obviously being banned because they were saying they were collecting data and all that type of thing. But no, not good news for Huawei at all.
Not good news for China.
Or for Britain because we've lost 2 billion having promised to build our infrastructure with with that provider.
Assalamu alaikum, Khalid, Shabazz and Aris. Love listening to your show. It's always so interesting and funny. I normally listen to the recordings as I save them to listen to when I go for my walks. It's better than listening to music. Listening live today whilst I do my chores, and that's from Uzma.
Thanks, Uzma.
Thank you.
That's a lovely message.
Very good. That's not a snip. Lockdown flouter gets hit with a £3,000 fine for getting a haircut after being told to self-isolate for 2 weeks. So Gareth Lemonia, 37, admitted 2 lockdown breaches after 2 days. He was fined £3,000 for each of the breaches at Guernsey Magistrates Court. Judge Graham McCarroll ordered the fine to be paid fully before Gareth was released. At £3,000, it's far from a snip, isn't it?
No, it's quite a lot.
Was it worth it, the haircut?
Probably not, but I think it's also a lesson to people, isn't it? To stay at home.
You got to stay at home. You know, I broke up Friday dinner time from work. The only place I went to was my Jummah prayers.
Yeah.
I haven't been out the house
At all.
at all.
Okay.
So it's, for me, I think it's pretty easy. You know, I've got everything at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to go out, and especially while this virus is still live.
Yeah.
I would recommend everyone to stay at home.
Well, this is a bit gruesome. Woman's neck sliced open with sword during Viking reenactment. A woman suffered life-threatening injuries when she was taking part in a rehearsal for a Viking reenactment. The woman was hit on the neck with a sword by a man who was practicing his moves in the field near Woolpack in Yalding in Kent. A witness said that they've got proper swords. They were practicing and he caught her neck. It was really an accident, a terrible one, so I'm glad she is okay now. The woman, who was dressed in Viking clothing, was taken to King's College Hospital in London after receiving treatment at the scene shortly after 5 p.m. on July the 12th. So that is very, really bad.
Yeah,
Imagine
it is.
doing a reenactment and then your neck getting sliced open with a real sword.
I guess the guy didn't mean to do it, did he?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't do it, but that's still really...
It's close to one of your main
you know,
arteries, isn't
your
it?
Jugular.
Can I know you've got another piece of paper in your hand, Cal. So, but just touching on that, just a story from my youth when I was in school. But you used to have these corner posts that used to play football, and being kids, what did people used to do? They used to use them as javelins as you're walking back. And a friend of mine, Dalpal, I'll name and shame him. I'm not sure if he's listening or not, but yeah, we were literally walking back into the changing rooms, and he decided to turn around and launch one of these things. And little did he know that there was another class running across.
Oh, God.
And and the panic on his face. But yeah, literally he went and it hit someone in someone's calf, and it made a gaping big hole. We had a helicopter land on our school playing field. He got carried away. Yeah, he got expelled for a while. But yeah, again, he didn't go out to do that. He just wanted to do a long javelin throw. But yeah, no, you do need to be careful, especially with stuff like that. Yeah.
Also, a little story here which I found amazing. Stripey, the orphaned zebra, finds happiness again after keepers dress up as its mother. So Stripey was orphaned after his mother was killed by a pride of lions at Kenya's National Park. The youngster managed to survive the mauling by hiding himself among a herd of goats nearby. He was then brought to the Shedrick Wildlife Trust, unit where he lives now. In the wild, zebra calves are raised by their mother alone, and the pair usually form a very strong bond. Caring keepers wear a specially made black and white striped coat, so Stripey will recognise them as his surrogate mum, regardless of who is wearing it. So,
Oh,
good story
it
there.
is a
Yeah,
nice
good
story. Yeah,
story.
nice story.
Well, swimming pools are open in England. Are you going to make a splash? Swimming pools and indoor sports facilities are open again in some parts of the UK. From July 25th, which was yesterday, you can go swimming in an indoor pool in England, and in Northern Ireland, pools opened on Friday 24th. Scotland and Wales, however, are following a different plan and not have reopened yet. What will it take to dive back in? There are some new poolside guidance for England. Book before you go. Arrive swim ready, have your swimming gear on underneath your clothes so you're not in the changing rooms for long. Shower at home so you're not spending a lot of time around people who aren't in your bubble. Social distance in the water and follow the arrows and keep safe. So pools are opening slowly back up, but you have to follow all the guidelines.
The only thing I don't like there is shower at
I
home.
was going to say the exact
Yeah.
same thing. Yeah, can you imagine getting back into your car with chlorine all over you?
The smell of chlorine.
Oh, yeah,
It
it's
takes
horrible.
days to get rid of it anyway,
It
doesn't
does,
it?
yeah, it does.
But
So you making your way back to the swimming pool? So
no, not yet.
I know you're an avid swimmer.
I love
Yeah.
swimming as well.
Yeah, I like swimming.
I could do half a mile
Oh, wow.
very quickly. About
Excellent.
21 minutes it takes me, half a
Okay.
mile
To swim.
Fairly.
Wow.
to half a mile. Anyway,
That's good.
a story that you might be a bit concerned about.
Go on.
Is baldness a risk factor for COVID-19? Men who have completely lost their hair are 40% more likely to end up in hospital with the virus, study claims.
Okay.
Now, you haven't completely lost it, but you're
Not at all. No, I'm following the same route as my dad, with my hairline's receding very slowly. And to be fair, I'm not losing my hair. I'm probably being a little bit more vain than I should be.
yeah.
But you're talking about people more who've kind of lost it completely at the top.
Yeah, dermatologists uncovered the link between hair loss and coronavirus by analysing data from 2,000 British men in hospital.
Wow.
Results showed a fifth of men with no hair tested positive for the virus in hospital, compared to 15% of those who had a full head of hair.
Okay.
So wear a cap.
So wear a wig or a
Wear
cap.
a cap, yeah.
Or
Easy solution
yes,
to
you've heard
that.
it here first on Ramadan Radio.
Yeah.
Wear a cap or a wig, and hopefully you should
Well,
stop
have
the.
you guys been to Domino's and had that garlic dip that they give you with the pizzas?
I think I've got one in the fridge
That's
somewhere.
my
Yeah.
favourite dip.
Yeah, that
Apparently,
is my
apparently it's not
favourite
very
dip.
good for you, though, is it?
Probably not. Well, man shares simple replica recipe for Domino's famous garlic and herb dip. The man took to TikTok to show how easy it is to make healthier version of Domino's much loved garlic and herb dip. When it comes to ordering pizza from Domino's, everyone has their favourites. However, what everyone can agree on is that the Domino's garlic and herb dip is the go-to sauce of choice. It is my personal favourite. It's the perfect combination of creamy and tangy and completes any pizza order. And now you can make your own version at home thanks to a dad who revealed his secret recipe. Not only is the recipe super quick and easy, it's also slightly healthier than the original dip, which is reported by The Mirror to have 169 calories in a single size serving.
How many?
169 calories.
In one of those small little
Yeah.
tubs.
Whilst the
Wow.
large
That's
pot
that's why it's so nice.
yeah.
Wow.
Whilst the large pot contains almost 700 calories. The large pot does.
My goodness.
Do you know I've only been to Domino's maybe twice in my life,
Right.
and once was with Ari's. He-
After Cardiff.
He forced me. We went to Cardiff away,
Yeah, all right.
and
okay.
it was an amazing game, one of the best games we've ever seen,
Yeah.
because we
I was at last minute penalties.
two
and
last minute
goals and-
penalties.
Yeah,
It was all mix and match, and afterwards he treated me to a Domino's.
Right. I actually think Domino's is nicer than Pizza Hut, personally.
No,
Yeah, I think they're both really nice. Well, yeah, the large pot, 700 calories.
Wow.
The man starts by placing all of the ingredients into a large glass bowl. He says you'll need half a cup of sour cream, half a cup of mayo, a teaspoon of oregano, tablespoon of white vinegar, half a teaspoon of garlic puree, pinch of salt, and a pinch of sugar. He then uses a fork to mix all the ingredients in the bowl. It should form a thick-looking sauce. He continues, you want to mix it all up, and once it's mixed like this, you want to put it in the fridge to chill for a couple of hours and serve it up with pizza to have a healthier version of the Domino's garlic and herb dip at home. He finished He finishes the tutorial by pouring the dip into a ramekin to serve before dipping a slice of pizza into it. And we have to admit, it looks just as good as the real thing. Since being posted, the clip has received over 21,000 likes and receives 100 off comments from foodies praising his discovery.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, very
Sounds
So
well.
instead of that 700 calories, you can make your own at home.
Okay, we got 3 minutes left, so I wanted to do this story before we give the competition winner.
Yeah.
Footage showing devoted Palestinian son climbing up a hospital building to sit on a window ledge of his mother's room every day until her death from coronavirus. Have you seen this on?
No.
No.
Jihad al-Swati, 30, visited his mother, a hospital in Hebron in the West Bank.
Oh, yeah, I did see
Was
that.
not allowed to see her in person because of coronavirus and her leukemia. He instead used drain pipes and other window ledges to get to a window. Jihad then sat with her every day until her death last Thursday.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
he
amazing.
climbed up and sat on the window, and then just as about she was going to go, they actually let him in and let him say his final words. So
Yeah,
it was
just
very.
the goose pimples running down.
It does, yeah, it does. But it shows you that mothers mean
Everything,
the world, don't they?
the world. The competition we launched. What was Muhammad, peace be upon him's father's name? And the answer,
The answer was Abdullah.
Abdullah.
Abdullah is the name of the Holy Prophet father.
And somebody actually gave me the full Abdullah ibn Abd al-Muttalib is a full name.
Well done.
There you go.
And,
Well done.
we had loads of people enter by text. No one entered by phone.
No.
Again,
Which we'll
I'm scared.
wanna see
so
next
it
week.
just proves to me Wolverhampton people aren't brainy.
Okay.
I think that's what it proves to me.
And should I say the 5 colours off the Olympic rings?
Yes, you can.
Okay, the 5 colours are. Do you want to say it? Do you know? Let's test you.
Okay, so yellow, red, blue, green, black.
Yeah, well done.
There you go.
Well done.
All right,
well
so it
done.
wasn't that hard.
It wasn't. It's primary colours mostly, isn't it?
Primary
Yeah.
colours, yeah. So I just remembered from Cool Runnings, you see. So you need to
Yeah,
watch it.
all right,
'cause
I
So
will.
Cool Runnings and Four Lions.
Yeah, that's
We'll
it.
talk about it next week.
Okay.
Perfect.
We'll talk about other stories of the week. Another story I've got here: how to unlock your iPhone without using a PIN or face recognition. Clever hack allows people to open a device instantly, even while wearing a face mask, by uttering a simple phrase. I'll let you know more next week. How about that?
Awesome.
All right,
Look
so
forward to
people
it.
want to look forward to that.
Once again, thank you very much for your company for the last 1.5 hours. That was Stories of the Week. We got Ijaz coming up next, talking about face masks, talking about other stories that we've probably done, and he's probably
Yeah.
want to kill us now. But you'll get an insight of the face masks, all the regulations,
Yeah.
the conditions, what you should, what you shouldn't, what they can, what
Please
they
listen in.
can't.
Great show.
Do listen in. Once again, Shabazz, thank you for turning back up.
No, thank you very much. Look forward to
Uh,
seeing you guys next week.
Next week, we'll have another packed show. Loads of entertainment, loads of fun. No music, but
Yeah.
you got Ari's as well. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you as well. I'm glad to be here. Good show today.
And tell your teacher to listen in as well.
Yeah,
You're
I
doing a
will
good
do.
job.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you very much. Take care. God bless. We'll see you, inshallah, next week, Sunday at 10:30.
Allah Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.